Adam Sandler never met a hoodie he didn't like. Because he wore this little number to walk the red carpet.
Wow.
In support of his wife, Jackie, and her new movie, Office Romance. So it got the internet, you can imagine, a little stirred up. We want to talk about if we think this is acceptable or unacceptable.
Maybe not
unacceptable.
Spoken.
Right, what do you think, Andrew?
I think Adam Sandler can definitely do it. Firstly, he's built a like, this isn't a surprise.
No.
He does this all the time, right? And it's not a surprise to her. Like, she knows who she married. She knows. And he's also wearing, like, a Knicks outfit. He's supporting his team and her now. So he can absolutely do this. That's him. Okay. I think everyone else should get their pants on and get a shirt on and get their suit on.
He's the Sandman.
So he's the only one.
He's the only one, but I will say, like, whatever you do wear, it's whatever you're comfortable in.
Yeah.
And as long as you feel like you are there for your partner, because that's the more important thing. Are you there for your partner, or did you just dress up for your partner?
Yeah.
I would rather have my partner be there for me in everything I do. And
I
that
would
feels
be
like
more
him.
concerned if he showed up in a tuxedo.
Yeah.
Because that's not
What
Adam
is he
Sandler.
hiding? What did you do?
Yeah.
What are you hiding from me?
What's going on?
Yeah.
And it also harkens back to a time where, remember there's a time where celebrities did not have these very expensive stylists or style architects, and they went to the mall before a red carpet and they dressed like themselves so we knew who they were. I feel like he's the last celebrity to really, you know, for us to really know who he is and not be surprised when he shows up in sweats. But you made a good point, and if you're a Knicks fan, you know that this is the best outfit on that entire red carpet. Because the Knicks, if you're not a sports fan, let me fill you in. The Knicks are going to the NBA Finals. This is the first time in 27 years.
Wow.
Now, if you know Adam Sandler, yes, clap for that. It's a huge deal. It's a huge deal. And Adam Sandler is not just a New Yorker, but he is a die-hard Knicks fan. So that outfit is actually couture, everybody. That is him dressed to the nines. So when you know, you know.
I really want to say that I would be so happy, I'd be so acceptable, and loving of this. But I know if my husband showed up to a work event wearing that outfit with me,
even with the Knicks in the playoffs.
Yes, I'd be like, what are you wearing? Why are you doing this to me? Because I think there's places for it, and you're comfortable. That's one thing. But like, if you're coming out with me to a media event, and like I'm with like the CEO of a company, I think you like
but
you
wait a
kind
second.
of like put out a feeler and be like, hey babe, what should I wear? Because we're talking about comfortability for both people, so you kind of also have to be there for your partner as well.
I know, but wait, if you know, like, as to his point, to Andrew's point, he's always been this way. So what do you want? Do you want your partner happy, or do you want him there in a suit where he's uncomfortable and miserable?
I want him there and happy for me, and in a suit, if I can get both. That's the best case scenario.
Fair point. Fair point. All right, so let's move on to our next topic. Meanwhile, tennis champion Naomi Osaka is turning heads at the French Open with her eye-catching outfits. Take a look at this black costume Nike gown.
Wow.
She layered it over a sparkly gold tennis dress that she said reminded her of the Eiffel Tower. Now, her opponent, however, seemed a little unimpressed, telling the media, I come here to play tennis, not to put on a fashion show. So the question is, Deepa, I'm throwing this one to you.
Yeah.
Do we lose the essence of competition when fashion comes into play?
Okay, so in my opinion, based on the sport, really, you don't lose the essence of the sport. I will use my favorite athlete as a prime example, Lewis Hamilton. I love him.
You couldn't even say that without giggling.
Lewis, he's my favorite athlete. He's a 7-time world champion in Formula One. And he makes his entrance into Formula One, every single race, a fashion show. And typically when drivers are arriving, they're arriving in their team gear, like very understated. But he's like, look, this is me. I want to express my individuality in a specific way. And he does that. And to me, it makes the sport a little bit more culturally relevant when you're bringing fashion like this. And he's also claiming his space in a sport that's typically very exclusive and very for one type of person. And like I said, he's a 7-time world champ, so he's still delivering in terms of the sport and what he does, while still bringing fashion and his passions into the sport.
Okay.
And he's winning.
And he's Lewis Hamilton.
Andrew, what are your thoughts on this? Do you like it? Do you hate it? How do you feel?
Fashion and sports have always come hand in hand.
Okay.
Like, if we're talking about tennis, in the 80s and 90s, Andre Agassi with the mullets.
Oh, yes.
Look at that. Look at that.
That's a great
But also those shoes, those Agassi trainers, I just bought those shoes again 2 years ago.
No way.
Like, they're retroing Agassi shoes.
Wow.
And so it's always come hand in hand. It's just evolving now. And so Naomi Osaka is like an evolution of that. She's younger. She's getting fresh eyes in the sport. That's a good thing.
That being said, though, Naomi sort of seems like a disruptor right now, and I think Andre
But the
Agassi
mullet!
also felt like a disrupting moment at the time. You'd think the times would sort of catch up because you're sort of illustrating this isn't really new.
Yeah.
But each time an athlete does it, we seem to get a little concerned.
Yeah, I'm a little concerned. I'm gonna be honest.
Okay.
I both love it and I hate it.
Mullets or
the outfits.
The
Naomi's outfits. And I'm a tennis player. I'm a tennis fan. So I'll tell you why I love it. She has been very open about her mental health, and she says that she's not very good at expressing herself verbally. So these outfits are her way of beefing up her confidence. And for that, I love it because I want to see the best players do their best on the court. And so that's why I love it. And she's had a lot of great outfits in the last couple of months, couple of years. I hate it because when you step onto the court, unlike the Lewis Hamiltons and the NBA players and WNBA players who all come out in their outfits and they walk through the tunnel, when they get on the court, when they get on the ice, they're kitted and they're ready to play the sport. She's arriving in a gown on the court, and I think that's what's bothering me. If she was arriving and we watched her walk through the tunnel with the gown, but then when she hits the court, she's in full tennis gear, I think that's what's bothering me a little bit more. Because if I'm in your opponent, I don't want to wait for you to take off a gown. While I wait to play you. And I think that is what's bothering me because you're expressing yourself, but you're also making a spectacle. And now we're not focused on the sport, we're focused on your outfit.
Do we know if she won that game?
And here's the deal, and that's another thing. Now, this comes from the sport, like the horrible, toxic coaches. Listen, you dress up when you win. So I feel like it's also, you better win. You're gonna come in a gown, baby, you better win the whole tournament because we're now all looking at you in your gown.
She did win that game.
She did.
And somehow, like, the sport survived.
Yeah.
So I think it's
but
great.
that's one game. So how many more gowns are we gonna see? And are you gonna win the whole
Every
tournament?
time.
She likes it.
So Rosie O'Donnell revealed on her Substack that she had a facelift after years of being morally against the procedure. She wrote that she once saw it as a betrayal of feminism, but now wants her kids to know they can change their minds without losing any moral standings. Does this make Rosie relatable or hypocritical?
Audience, be honest. Be honest. I think she's a little bit of a hypocrite.
Oh, wow, interesting.
Okay, so here's the deal. Rosie. Okay, in a list of celebrities who we thought would get plastic surgery, I don't think that Rosie O'Donnell would have made the list.
Yeah.
So this is kind of surprising, but I think this is also a cautionary tale for anybody who talks in absolutes. I will never touch Botox. I will never get these things done. Well, then you lose 50 pounds and your face is dragging on the floor and you're like, you know what? Maybe I do want it. I think that you're allowed to change your mind, but this is a cautionary tale, of course, as I just said, about like saying things that you're never gonna do. But can I say something that's maybe not so nice?
Please.
Say it.
Okay, so when I first saw the pictures,
I know.
because she
I know
went
what
for
you're
a
gonna
light
say.
lift. She didn't want to get like too crazy. But I feel like, you know what? Anybody who's gone in for surgery, you know all the prep, all the medication. If I'm going in for all that work, honey, pull me tight like a drum. I'm not coming back here. Don't do this soft stuff. I don't ever want to see that surgeon again, so pull it tight.
Yeah.
She'll be back in 10 years.
That's what made me love her even more. She literally told her surgeon before going under, I will never say, God, I wish you did more. So the idea was like a light
Well, then I'll say it. God, I wish you did more.
But isn't it nice that she was honest about it?
She was so honest about
Yeah.
it. Guys, she wrote all about it in her Substack. I found it so relatable because of the very fact that you can barely see the difference. So that tells me that she probably didn't have to say anything.
Yeah.
And no one would have said anything, but she chose to say something. And whether that was just to be honest or to maybe help other women who feel the same way, who feel like their insides don't match and their head don't match what's on the outside. Like they've lost a little bit of themselves.
Yeah, and I feel like I have so much respect for her. Like you were saying, like she doesn't look like she went to a clinic in Turkey and she was 50 and came out 11.
Yeah.
There wasn't enough work done for her to have to say, look, I did this, I got a facelift. So I feel like it's relatable in that sense where you could be like, look, I said I was very stark about my no, but now I'm okay with it. And the reason that I like what she did is because there's so many celebrities out there who lie about the work that they've gotten done. Kardashians, prime example. Just say you had work done. It's fine. And
Wait, they had work done?
Where have you been, Andrew?
I know, it's crazy. It's
She's not
crazy,
sucking
Andrew.
on a shot
We'll
glass.
talk after
She's
the
not.
show. I know.
My world is rocked.
You
What?
see? This is what happens when they lie. nice. So the fact that she was honest about it, I'm like, oh, I really respect you for not lying and telling us what you did so that we can get some work done too if we wanted, and now we know what to do, right?
Yeah.
It's relatable because we all make mistakes.
True,
Our younger selves always say things without
She
having
wasn't that young when she said that.
I understand. But younger is a relative term. I think it's a reminder to not say things when we haven't lived that experience.
Yes.
Like when I didn't have kids, I'm like, when I have kids, I'm never gonna let them do this.
True,
and when I have kids, I'm like, take that iPad and play all day long. Leave me alone. Right?
Yeah.
So it's like we haven't lived those experiences. So it's a reminder we can change our opinions once we live those experiences. Good for her to get that. And look, it's the year of 2026. You do you. Live your best
baby.
life.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that, Andrew.
Yeah. I love that.
After that.
Andrew, you're hilarious. All right, so our next one, a reader wrote to the Globe and Mail for clarity on a driving question. So if I know my lane is ending up ahead, when should I try to get into the next lane? I usually try to get in as soon as I can, but I see a lot of drivers waiting until they get to the end of the lane before moving over. So isn't that cutting in the line? And what if I go to the front and nobody lets me in? Then what happens? So what is your zipper lane method when merging onto the highway? Andrew, take it away.
I get in as quickly as I can.
Okay.
I get in. If there's a gap, I take it.
Yeah.
But if not, I will go until I get to the end. But if there's a gap, I take it because it's stress-free for me. I'm in.
Yes.
Right? But if there's no gap, then I will go to the end. My biggest pet peeve is people who merge, who are in a lane and go into the zipper lane to get four ahead. It's always a Tesla.
That's illegal.
It's always a BMW. It's never a Toyota Corolla. It's never a Corolla. We know where we stand on things. Okay?
You're not fast enough.
The way you called out car brands specifically, you're right.
It's always a Tesla.
It's always them.
But I see a Corolla, I'm like, I know you respect the rules of the road.
That's right.
And you own your car. You are not in debt. Right? Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm the complete opposite.
Okay.
I'm the complete opposite.
Okay, Lewis Hamilton, we get it. We get
Car
it.
driver. No, but like, so I'll wait until the end of the merge lane to merge, and that's typically how you're supposed to do it. This is for congested traffic, like if it's very busy. So I'm gonna read you some stats that came from transportation agencies, because everyone's looking at me like, that's not how you do it. This is how you do it. They said that backups can shrink by up to 40% when zipper merging is properly being used, because it creates more predictable merging. So you know the merge lane is ending, so therefore if someone's changing lanes, you know what's gonna happen, so you're predicting it. And also, if you merge too early, that can actually cause worse backups, because then one lane becomes way overloaded while the other one is free. So technically, you're supposed to merge as late as you can when it's safe to do so in congested traffic. So that's what I'm just following the rules.
Okay, Alan, do you want to take this or do you want me to do it? You go. No, you
Here's
go.
the thing, Andrea.
Because you and I are aligned on this.
We are aligned, but
That's what you think.
here's the
No,
scary
we're
part.
aligned.
Deepa's right. She's correct.
She came on my side.
The betrayal.
But listen, legally, she's correct. For me, if you merge at the very end, it feels like you're cheating, and I get mad at those people. They're just flying by. But this is the correct way to do it. You're supposed to go to the very end, and you know what happens when that happens? Someone goes to the very end, and I see they've bypassed me and sped up. I don't want to let him in.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I'm hugging that car in front of me in very congested traffic. And here's the real kicker. If I do that and don't let them in, I could be fined for stunt driving.
See? Guys. And also if you're not letting somebody in when they clearly have to merge, then you're gonna cause an accident.
Wait. No, okay, now
still don't agree with it.
You've had your time, so now I'm gonna give an example. This is why you are wrong, and I don't care what you want to call it and what the ticket costs. Okay, so you're merging onto the highway, and cars are coming. The cars that are on the highway, no, we're not doing congestion. This is a regular highway, flowing traffic, right? And so you are merging onto the highway. Now you're saying that you're gonna wait until the very end before you try to get in. But here's the question I have. Now, if in that right lane that you're trying to merge into, there's an 18-wheeler followed by another truck, followed by, give me another car, followed by a Corolla and a Tesla, right? And they are flying, and there's no room for you to get in, but now you've left yourself to the end. What are you gonna do? Now your cars come to a complete stop, which is dangerous for you on the highway in that merge lane.
But are you saying flow of traffic or congested?
I'm saying flow of traffic, congested, whatever it is, get in as soon as you can.
You also have to get to 100 kilometers an hour before you change lanes. Otherwise, people will have to slow down.
Who gets 100 miles?
What are you talking? 100 kilometers an hour on the ramp?
To merge?
Yes!
Whoa, 100 kilometers an hour to merge?
On the ramp? You're supposed to reach when you're merging.
You're on a ramp doing 100?
Oh, you're doing a ramp doing
You're
100?
supposed to reach 100 on the highway.
I'm sorry.
I'm not
So concerned.
Maybe I'm a race car driver. and
Thank you. I was like, no one's on a ramp doing 100.
You for sure drive a Tesla, 100%. 100%.
Thank
You
you.
do.
Thank you.
You do. In that whole scenario, that was
You're
like, no,
doing
she
100
drives
on the ramp.
Yeah.
The conversation is over.
100 on the ramp.
You'd never do 100 on the ramp, darling.
What did I learn?
So this next topic comes to us from Deepa's morning show. So Deepa, over to you.
Okay, so a listener wrote in for this advice on their relationship riddle and said, I just got married, but I have an issue with one of my bridesmaids. We planned a destination wedding and covered the wedding party's full accommodations, including a set of group activities leading up to the big day. However, one of my bridesmaids brought her boyfriend along and she opted out of every event except for the wedding. I can't help but think she used our wedding as a vacation for herself. Should I ask her to pay me back for funding her getaway? So it seems like everyone's saying yes, but Andrew, what do you think about this?
No, you don't ask for the money back.
You don't?
cut that friend out of your life.
Yes!
You cut, because there's no coming back from it.
Yes!
Because even if you get the money back, you're still gonna be hurt. They're gonna be angry at you.
Yeah.
There's gonna be resentment. It is a way to know that friendship was not meant to be.
You cut your losses.
You cut your losses. You're out of it.
Yeah.
It's money knowing that that friend wasn't gonna be there for me. They're not my ride or die. They're not. So
Really?
yeah, cut them out.
You all feel that way? I feel like I'm merging onto the highway doing 100 kilometers an hour with this man. But I'm gonna have a more open-minded, be more open-minded to the bridesmaid. And hear me out for a second, because I see a lot of women shaking their head, ready to come for me, especially the girl in the yellow. Okay, hear me out.
Okay.
Now, I think first of all, asking for the money back, you're ready to end the friendship, because there's no way you're asking for the money back and still expecting to be friends. And I think that the bride, instead of doing that, what she should be doing is having a conversation with that friend and be like, what happened? Because I invited you, I paid for you, you came, but you didn't participate in anything. And let your friend defend why she made those choices, because it could be a myriad of things. As a person who's been a part of a lot of wedding parties, sometimes, you know, weddings bring out the best and worst in people.
Yes, that's true.
Including the brides.
Yeah.
And sometimes you just need to protect your peace. And remember, it's not one day. When you go on a getaway wedding, you're with everybody for a full 7 days. So maybe she was avoiding the drama that was going on. Maybe she was avoiding you because you were being a little bit too demanding, and she was like, I want to be in a good mood on your day. Because it's not like she skipped the wedding. She just didn't do all the activities. And this is the part where you guys are going to hate me, but brides, all these little activities y'all have for us, all this hat wearing and guessing games and eating chocolate bars out of diapers, that stuff's garbage. Like, it's summer camp for adults, and it's not fun. And if you've done enough of it, you do feel like, you know what? Okay, Dunn's River Falls and eating jerk chicken with my man, or playing some game in some hotel. I'm going to Dunn's River Falls, and you're gonna deal with it.
I get what you're saying, but you being in so many wedding parties, don't you consider being a bridesmaid a job? It's a role.
Yeah.
And this bride said, you are doing this job, except I'm gonna pay for all of your expenses.
Yeah.
For all these rehearsal dinners, for your accommodation, for everything. And so for that bridesmaid to fail to do the job is so problematic.
Maybe as an adult, as you get older, don't you feel like there are things you just don't want to do?
No, but
You
then
have to
don't take the job.
Don't take the job, yeah.
I'm not giving up a free trip. I'm not crazy.
I would 100%. I have no shame. I'm asking back for the money. I work too damn hard to earn my own money to pay for your free vacation. If it's thank you, one person. I like you.
Vanessa, one person.
If she knew she wasn't gonna go to those things, and it's okay to not want to go to everything, but I think you have to make it clear to the bride that, hey, my boyfriend's also coming, so I'm gonna be doing these things, and then the bride can decide, hey, I will pay for your accommodation or I won't pay for your accommodation.
You would ask for the money, though?
Well,
Yeah, me?
Oh, you know what? She could have waited. She could have
Yeah.
also thought that she wasn't going to be missed, because sometimes there are a zillion bridesmaids in a
But
bridesmaid.
you ask. You have to ask that. You
She was
can't
sent
assume
an
that.
itinerary.
Yeah, she was sent an itinerary.
I think the biggest flaw out of all of this is we actually need to go back to the question here. We need to put the blame back on the bride for having a destination wedding. Why? What do you mean, what?
No. Andrew,
No,
let the man speak.
Go rent a hall in Scarborough, okay?
Okay, I'm with you.
Get
I'm with
some
you.
food in, get a DJ, that's all I want. Don't do a destination wedding.
get one afternoon.
Don't do it.
You get.
Don't do it.
I'm
I don't
with
got
you.
time for that.
I'm with you. You get one afternoon or evening,
I
and
take it
that's
back.
it.
You put the friendship at risk for even coming up with that dumb idea.
Yes.
Right?
I'll go.
Me too.
Just go to the Scarborough Bluffs and call it a day.
I think that.
Why are we
yes,
doing destination weddings?
I'm clapping that up.
Okay.
If your love takes more than 8 hours, I don't want to be a part of it.
I second that emotion.
Yeah.
And Andrew, you have a big gig coming up. You're going to be hosting the Canadian Screen Awards this Sunday for the first time, which is amazing. All right, so what's more exciting, the opportunity itself or the chance to roast your peers on national television?
I think if you know anything about my career, I've never been a roaster. And for me, making anything in this country is a miracle. Finishing this show today will be a miracle. We already roast ourselves enough. So I genuinely want to toast this. I want to toast this industry. We've had an incredible year. I want to toast the people. And look, I want to start toasting now because this show is nominated.
Yeah,
correct?
we are.
Right?
We are.
So
We are.
I want to present you an early CSA.
Oh my God! Thank you so
There you go.
You're
Yeah, you get one too. An early CSA for your hard work, for having these discussions, for being on air for as long as you've been on the air.
Wow.
13 seasons?
Yeah.
That's a
big deal.
miracle.
Thank you,
Wow.
Andrew.
That's a miracle.
You're the best. Thank you.
Right?
Andrew,
Yeah.
we loved you before, but we love you even more now.
Yes.
Thank you so much,
Thank you.
as always.
Thank you.
Listen, the 2026 Canadian Screen Awards are live Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern on CBC, CBC Gem, Global, Stack TV, and of course, right here on CTV and Crave. So make sure you tune in.